Hi, it's Emma from Women and Golf. I'm here with Jamie and he's going to be teaching us.
So we're going to go over a press up here. So a really useful upper body strength exercise. And we're going to start with a elevated press up. So this is actually how I like to coach press ups to start with. So the higher the elevation, the easier. And then as we lower down, the more percentage of body weight you're having to push. So hand width, we're going to go directly under the shoulders. What I'm looking for here is I like to actually screw my hands in slightly. So with my right hand, I'm kind of feeling like I'm moving clockwise, left hand anti-clockwise. What that should do is allow your elbows to track a little bit closer to the body. So when you see most people do press-ups, they have their arms kind of elbows flailed out to the side. Not the most efficient way to push, actually also puts a little bit more strain through the shoulder. If I was going to push someone over, I would push them like this. I wouldn't push them out like this. So that's kind of what we want to replicate on the push-up. And we basically want to move as one big line. So we want to move the body as a whole unit. So we're going to go back onto kind of the tiptoes. If you've got an elevated surface, tapping the top of the chest to the box is basically the best way to go. So you're going to move as one unit, nice and controlled, elbows stay in, and then pushing back up. So we're control on the way down, and then trying to push up nice and explosively. So if you're doing this at home, a sofa, kitchen table would work well. Can you do some quality reps like Emma's doing here with the elbows kind of moving at about 45 degrees? So in that bottom position, you'd almost make an arrow shape with the body and then the two elbows coming off at about 45 degrees. Maintaining that kind of nice strong alignment. So as you get tired, you might see a little bit of worm-like where body segments are moving all over the place.
And how many would you recommend?
So I'm a fan of doing less. So if you can start to get kind of 8, 10, 12 of them and they're all looking good, I'd rather you progress to a harder version than do 15, 20, 25. So if you can do 8, 10, 12 and they're looking good, then try a slightly lower version. So
and that could be going just to a different item of...
Yeah, so finding, again, steps at home normally work quite well. Start on the third step, transition down to the second, down to the first, and then finally start doing some press-ups from the floor.
And just finally, what about the kneeling press-up? So obviously, if I can't do a full press-up, doing it that way, should I just go higher up a wall or something like that rather than going down to my knees?
So I would always say keep adding elevation rather than doing the kneeling press-up. The kneeling press-up doesn't have much carryover to actual normal press-ups. So start at higher elevation, whatever suits your level, and then over time try and progress and lower the elevation until you're on the floor.